All righty.
This meeting is being recorded.
Awesome. Okay, so my name is Jose Compton. Thank you for hopping on here. I'm the owner of, and if you guys don't have your lines muted, please mute it. The owner of Money Monkey Management, also the owner of Ask the Monkey Group on Facebook. And so I've been in the financial industry for a while now. And the key and point of the Thursday call is to get people diversified around other people. I have you guys on here. You guys are part of John's team. And you guys are doing amazing. You guys are already, man, people joining in left and right, and you guys are joining in. That's what matters. And John, I'm gonna go over a series of questions with you, and just see what your mindset is, dude. I love to just dive into people's mindsets when it comes down to the business, because I'm gonna tell you the biggest thing, and correct me if I'm wrong, like when I started with the insurance, the last thing I ever thought about doing was insurance. I'm a welder by trade. I came off of a farm. My dad was a timber faller. So you don't think of going to high school, graduating, you're not going to be like, okay, I'm going to wear, when you think of insurance, you think about suit and tie. You think about holding the briefcase. You think about, here, let me pull out my paper policy and have you sign it. It's not the case. It's just crazy. But diversity is huge. Getting around other people, listening to other people, and understanding other people is really where it's at. Because we can, let's say John's going to speak tonight. Last week I had Vinny. They both have two different mindsets, but they're still on the same path. If I could take a nugget from John, if I could take a nugget from Vinny, if I could take a nugget from Nick, and take a nugget from Destiny, then we're all going to be able to work together as a team and just grow a lot faster. I think it's like you're Mario, you're playing Mario Kart. I don't know if y'all play Mario Kart or whatever, but you're playing that and it's going around and around. Next thing you know, you see one of those little yellow strips and you hit it. And all of a sudden you're going a lot faster. And that's exactly what it's like in the life of insurance when you get yourself diversified. And that's why we have calls. John, thank you for hopping on here, buddy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I thank you for having me on, my guy. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Glad to be here.
And let's go ahead and tell us where you're from. Tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and where you came from.
Yeah, man. Originally from Mobile, Alabama, down here in the deep South on the Gulf Coast. And I'm also one of those people who found insurance, out the blue. I'm a teacher. I'm an educator by trade. I have a master's degree in education. I taught school for 13 years, and just wanted something different. So we figured out what's out there where we can not worry about the pandemic and not worry about the economy and all that good stuff. And this was it. Like we found. Let's dive into that. And so 13 years as a professional in terms of teaching, and then all of a sudden we got out of that. My wife and I, we dove into this, man, and it has been the best thing ever. So glad we found it.
So it's both you and your wife are in the business?
Right. So my wife is like, she's kind of in the background. She handles all of the assisting and all that stuff, helping the agents out, so forth and so on. She actually helped me start this thing. She's actually the reason I got into this. She brought the insurance industry to me. She saw this first, and we kind of tackled it together, and we've been running ever since, man.
What so where did she learn about it? Like how you being a teacher for 13 years, I mean, were you looking for were you like, how do I say it? Were you comfortable? How was that? Was the transition hard? Where did she, tell us about that?
Yeah. So, everything, what we found out, everybody was trying to figure something out during the pandemic, right? It was all about entrepreneurship, trying to figure out, how can we accumulate and how we can make more money during a pandemic, just like everybody else. And she came across a video on YouTube. And let me tell y'all something. The power of social media is crazy, right? There's so much information on social media. And my wife just so happened to run across a couple of videos and how the life insurance industry and financial services is set up. And after doing a little bit of research in there, man, we just kind of decided to run with it. You know, we studied up and we took the course, and we studied together and went through that process. And we got it done. Now, my wife at the time, she was in banking, so she stayed on, and I completely dove in. Completely dove in.
Did you guys have any prior business experience, or was it all brand new?
Zero. I knew jack about business, about setting up LLCs or business accounts, life insurance. I mean, none of that. We had zero clue about setting up a business or actually running a business or building a business. We had no prior knowledge about that setup.
Okay. And so when you guys got into the business, obviously it took a little bit of time to get things adjusted. What was the biggest struggle for you guys?
Yeah, well, so for me, it was the whole thing was new, right? I wasn't used to doing sales. I'm used to having a consistent paycheck coming into the house, right?
100%.
So that was completely new. Right? It's like, dude, you're on your own. Like, you got to figure this thing out. So that was all new for me. And so the first that first 3 to 6 months, let's say, it was rough. My road definitely was not paved. Like, it was rocky. It was tough. Terrain was rough, rocks in the road, trying to figure out and how to maneuver. It was tough. The first 6 months, it was rough.
What was the toughest thing about that? I know that you didn't obviously learning and stuff, but
yeah,
what was the one thing that was probably holding you up? What was that?
Honestly, dialing.
Okay. What was scary about dialing?
Dialing, man, because like I said, I come from a situation where I didn't have to call anybody to try to sell anything. So that was completely new. That was way out of my comfort zone. And so because of that, there was a fear there. It was a fear of rejection. It was a fear of not succeeding, fear of failing. And that was hard. That was really, really hard. Because that's an important part of this business. So, that was the hard part, getting started here.
How did you take it when somebody would reject you?
At first, it was tough because I was a person who was always afraid of rejection. Like, I hated it. I hated for people to reject me. I always wanted people to like me. You know what I mean? I always wanted people to say, yes, or whatever the case. If I'm trying to say something or whatever, I was afraid of rejection, man. I felt like I was failing if, somebody rejected me. And that was hard. It was hard being told no. It was hard to hear no on a consistent basis. That was tough.
That's the hardest thing, man. It's just getting in front of somebody, going to them and saying, you being super, super excited and, oh, I got this wonderful thing. I can help you. And then they're like, nah, get off my porch.
That part.
Like, oh, shoot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to say to this next? So, in the mentality, you see yourself back when you were a teacher, and now, I mean, how has that changed for you?
So now, it's like I tell my team, a lot of the time, like, I had to learn to take the emotion out of it, right? I had to take the emotions out. I had to stop worrying about if people were going to like me or not. I had to stop worrying about if people were going to say no, because that's this business. It's this industry. People are going to say no. You had to grow some tough skin in there, and going through that process every day, it makes your skin a little bit tougher every single day, to the point where you're like, you know what? It's cool. If you say no, I got a few objections, in there. I'm going to try to, beat them. But if not, hey, we're going to move on to the next one. It became, yes, no, move on. Yes, no, move on. And that was the mentality that I had to figure out in being successful in this industry.
But how did you figure it out? How did you, because you look at this, man, there's all kinds of rejections. I mean, like, you get rejected by business, you get rejected by, even people get rejected all the time for applying for insurance. People get rejected by females. People get rejected by males. I mean, rejection is a big part of our life. But, we never would just take it. I mean, every time we would get rejected, it would hurt. But
Yeah.
how do you switch that mindset to being like, oh well, all right, well, you told me no, I'll go on to the next and find the next, opposed
Yeah.
to, wow, you told me no, I can't believe you told me no. How do you make that transition?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It was for me, I hate to say it this way, but it was the lack of opportunity. And I'll explain that. I was so engulfed in getting turned down that I would just be like, all right, I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to the next one. And and so when that switch came on, getting consistent, practicing, going over the script, doing the role plays with my wife, having her get better at her going through the objections and all that stuff. That's what helped me get a little bit more confident about it. It's a confidence thing, man. Now it's like, dude, we got it. It's all confidence now. So you tell me no, all right, listen, hey, cool. I hope everything works out for you. I'm going on to the next appointment.
And that's the thing, guys, is like Nick, I'm not going to butcher the Nick. Chiquisha? Is that how I say it?
Shakisha.
Okay, gotcha. Destiny, Khalil, all you guys, Adrian. And that's what it's about, man. I went out there today and just door knocked. Dude, what was it, like 15 doors, John? And I set 4 appointments, but it was no instant gratification. There was no, I got into a home and sold a policy. I mean, written other policies, in the week previous than today, but it was no policy written today. And it's that thing where you have to realize you got to just keep going, man. You got to, especially I sat no home today and I talked to my advisor that I work with closely. And I said, look, man, what is wrong? What did I did wrong? And that's one thing you guys can do as a new agent. Always be asking, John, what did I do wrong? Why didn't I sell it? What did I do? Sometimes John will come back to you and say, you didn't do anything. It was really all the client. Right. I mean, some people won't get help. Some people won't take it. Some people are comfortable where they're at and afraid to make that transition. But others, you move on from that person, will take that and run with it, and they will love you forever. I mean, I know there's times where I go into a home and I make a best friend. I got this one lady, I helped her out with retirements, everything else, and now I just went over to her house last night for dinner. I went into her house 2 days ago for dinner. Like we make friends, and that's what's important. If you got a hater, you got someone on the side, we're not paying attention to them. We're paying attention to the people that want to pay attention to us and be very transactional, because that's what this business is about. And John, like, man, what's the biggest thing that you're working on right now?
Man, right now, I'm the biggest thing I'm working on is building my business out. Like that's my thing right now. It's really about building out my business. I kind of took the long way into this industry, meaning that I was like coming in, I want to do everything on my own. I want to see if this thing is real. I'm not trying to introduce anybody to this industry. I was again kind of afraid of asking people because I was afraid I was going to get rejected. Now it's like I want to help other people win. How can I do that? You've got to build this thing out. So we're now building an actual agency. Like I told you, we've got about 25 to 27 agents. We've got about maybe 12 that are licensed and about 8 right now writing. And the next group is getting ready to go through their process to start writing. So it's just now about building this thing out and helping other agents get their self together, get themselves and help their family. So, man, that's what it's about for me right now. That's what we're building.
Okay, so you're building a future. You're building a substantial business. You're building, prosperity. You're building. There's a lot of words that you can take under the building part. But when it comes down to it, dude, what is how are you finding people? People, I think all the time, and I guess you tell me. And then I'll tell you, but how are you finding people?
Listen, again, man, I'm huge. I'm a huge advocate for social media, y'all. I'm just gonna put it out there. I believe in social media promotion. Everything I do is on social media. I would say 2/3. No, I take that back. 3/4 of my team has all come from social media in some form or some capacity. And for me, it just gives you an opportunity to get your business out there to for a lot more people to see it. It's the masses. You have an unlimited capability of reaching people. Like your reach is huge. I'm here in Atlanta and I'm talking to people in LA every day.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the power of being able to reach people. And then it's all about building value. What are you putting out there? What is the message? What is the content? And people actually seeing that and be like, you know what? That guy right there, he has something. I'm interested in doing that. Let me link up with him. And that's how it's been, man. So I'm building my business through social media. I mean, my agents and my clientele is coming through social media.
I love that, man. So, and this is what I say too, man, is the social media, like you just said, is a wide, vast variety of people. You could go out and you could talk, it just point blank, you are not going to talk to as many people if you went out on foot as you would in social media. Look, dude, you not necessarily throughout the country or not necessarily throughout, your East Coast, West Coast. I mean, you could do, like, I'm targeting Pacific Northwest, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington. And you could go out there, you target specific groups like business owners of Washington. You could go ahead and do something specific to you. I don't know your guys' hobbies, but Frank, can you mute your line there, buddy? But let's say you're into cars. You can go to like cars, a PNW, and start reaching out to people in cars. Because tell me if I'm wrong, John. I mean, when you're part of the business, you want to work around people that are like you. You want to work around people that you can click with. You want to work around people because if let's say you're two way different people, you guys are not going to click as much as you would want to, right? So I mean that's one of the biggest things. Other than building your business, man. How's 2023 treating you?
Man, phenomenal. 2023 has gotten off to a great start. Like I said, the team, this is the first time I've been with NAA now for about 2.5, almost 3 years now. And this is the first time I've actually had a legit team, right? I've added some people here and there that have actually, but none, it hasn't stuck, right? 2023 or the end of 2022, I was able to come across, like you said, like-minded people who really had goals for themselves, right? And that's what we were attracting. That's what we finally started attracting that particular type of person, and it has started out phenomenal.
What makes
super excited about it.
What do you think changed about 2000? What made you think coming into 2003? How do I say it? What's the biggest thing that you think changed people? I mean, why are they being more? Why is it easier to reach out to people than it was maybe in 2020 or 2019?
Well, I mean, so in 2022, the one thing I didn't understand was TikTok. I mean, to be honest with you, TikTok is the game changer. Like that was the one social media platform that I did not understand. So I wasn't using it a lot. I don't even use Instagram. Honestly, it was all Facebook. But what I learned from Facebook was that you only have an opportunity to work with this amount of people on Facebook because they're all either your warm market folks, your friends, family, so forth and so on. So I was like, okay, I got a bridge outside of that because that's not working. And then once I understood how to set content and push content on TikTok, man, it was a game changer. Not saying that it was easy, that it made it easy or anything like that, but again, you just are able to reach more people. It's just like this industry, right? The more opportunities you get, the more of a chance you're going to have to make money. And it was the
100%.
same thing with social media. It's just about getting in front, having my face in front of way more people.
So,
You know, I can go make a post and or shoot content, and I got 25,000 people that have viewed it.
that's
Like,
crazy.
what?
That's nuts. So who on Facebook, I send out messages every day, and you're dead ass. Like you're right on point. Like it won't even let me send more than like 30 or 40 messages, dude. And then like when I send it out to cold message people, then all of a sudden, like when I do that, then it shows up a red ring. Like I can't send no more, and it caps me on my capability to send. I'll be sending, if I could, I send them out all day long. But on TikTok, like you say, you get more of exposure. You get more of because there's one thing that I learned is that you guys want to focus on, and tell me if I'm wrong, John, you guys want to focus on only a couple platforms. You guys can't be on TikTok and Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook and this and that and this and that. I mean, it's like a full-time job in itself.
Yeah.
So if you guys are on TikTok and maybe Instagram, focus on those two and stay on those two and grow those platforms, because now you're focusing on your time and your energy is going towards those platforms. John, for people that don't even know, man, I'm so passionate right now. But for people that don't even know about what to put on TikTok, what do you put on TikTok? They say, oh, okay, I got a TikTok, but what do I put? What do I share? What do I do?
Listen, here's the key, right? I'm about to give you the success. I'm about to give you the secret. All right, so y'all keep it down.
I'm ready.
So listen, the thing to TikTok is you have to make the information very, very understandable. You have to break that stuff down. You cannot overcomplicate it, right? Because you got to think you're dealing with every end of the spectrum. You're dealing with 18-year-olds all the way up to, like you said, 70-year-olds, right? So you have to make the content and the information very, very minute. So where now, when clients reach out to me from TikTok, it's like, bro, you broke that thing down so well. Like it was so easy to understand. Like I never had anybody explain it that way. Wow, like how did you do that? And that's what it's about. You have to put content out there. Like, what's the difference between whole life and term life? Do you know like 70% of America has no idea of what that is? You know what I mean? So you got to break that stuff down. The difference between whole life and term life. What happens when your term life insurance policy expires? What is annual renewable term? What is a 2-year waiting period? It's just you're spitting out information and you're simplifying it to the point where people are like, damn.
So how are you thinking of these questions? Where are you? Is there any resources that you're getting them from, or are you
it's crazy, man. It's just like I used to flow back in the day, right? I used to I used to come off the dome with my flows, in the cafeteria in high school. It's the same thing here. You gotta come off the dome. Sometimes you come off the dome and that be the best thing. I'm just kidding. No. But no, there is a little bit of a science to it. I do write, sometimes I write down what my subjects are that I want to go over and what I want to hit. And I try to do about 2 or 3 videos a day, just one in the morning, one midday, and one in the evening. So that way you're picking up traction all throughout the day.
How many people do you think reach out to you directly on TikTok a week? A lot.
Oh my goodness. In a week, I would say at least 10 to 15 a week.
Oh, wow, that's good. So how are you converting them, man? Is it just you're just giving them information? Because like you look like, man, this is one of the biggest things, and this is why I like to have these calls, guys. Chakisha, is because look, man, he's making my TikTok look like crap. I need to learn from John, and it's just how it is. It's just different aspects of the business that I'm not going to be strong in everything. Key, you're not going to be strong in everything. Katrina, you're not going to be strong in everything. but somebody else is. And as long as we can take a nugget or two or three or four from that person, we can expand what we're doing a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And then watch, now we got this hot air balloon that just is full of hot air and we're rising to the top. It's just, it's never going to stop because we're full. You know, we got that hot air just blowing up that balloon. And now we're looking over Seattle. Now we're looking over, you know, Alabama or whatever we want to look over. And so, John, look, man, I got a TikTok, dude. I talk about motivation. I talk about, but it's not doing what you're doing. So is that like you have to talk about your niche or how? What? Tell me.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You know, look, the motivation thing is fine. Like you can do that, and you can also mix that in, right? Now, I would say 98% of my stuff is basic insurance, you know, or either it's like a call to action, right? Like, dude, I've literally have people who have watched hours of my TikTok videos before they reach out. Like I had somebody today say, dude, I was here at the house and I watched about an hour and a half of your videos.
Wow.
And then I was like, okay, I gotta reach out to this guy. Like my clients do that all the time. Like the first thing they say is, oh my God, I feel like I'm talking to a TikTok superstar. I'm like, no, I'm just regular old John. I'm just John. I'm not a superstar. I'm not anything like that. I just push content, man, so that people, you know, can have a great understanding of this stuff. And then for people who are sick and tired of being sick and tired at their job, I push that content. You know, I put stuff out there, Jose, honestly. One of my TikToks that went crazy was like, how do life insurance agents get paid? And you completely break that thing down. You know, I mean, I completely broke the whole formula down. Dude, it's up to about 32,000 views right now.
I want to do. Hey, Chevron, can you mute that for me, please?
I'm about to figure out. I was about to give Elijah all my shit. You know, Elijah, I think Elijah was spinning.
Siobhan, there you go.
That's all right. But hey, so let's do something cool here. Who on here reached out to you from TikTok?
No, I did.
All right, let's go with Nick. Nick, so you seen John's stuff on TikTok. What was your first initial thought?
Well, I'm be honest with you. Like you said, I was coming from a previous team, doing life insurance, actually Primerica, and you know it just wasn't really working out for me because I still didn't understand the whole insurance thing. But you know, after a while, I started going on TikTok to educate myself on it because I wanted to take the test soon. And you know, I came across his videos as I typed in TikTok, and the way he explained it was pretty basic. So I figured I'd reach out and learn some more.
Yeah, I think Dennis is awake. But anyway, so you see, so like you, that's awesome, man. So how long were you with Primerica before you reached out to John?
I want to say about a month.
About a month, okay. And were you getting any kind of support where you were, or?
Yeah, for sure. Not to downplay anybody else or anything, but I just didn't feel that energy that I did with this team I'm at right now.
Okay, that's awesome, man. I love that. And what is your biggest goal when it comes down to insurance?
Well, not too long ago, or actually a while ago, actually, when I was in college, you know, my grandmother passed, and at the time I didn't know anything about life insurance. And, you know, when she passed, it was very financially and mentally, spiritually, whatever, just devastating for all of us. So, no, that's why I really had to educate myself financially on like what that actually means. And, you know, that's when I started educating myself on what to do.
That's awesome, man. I love that. And so when you reached out to John, was it to find a new opportunity? Was it to get help? What was that? What was the ideal purpose of reaching out to John?
It was to like find new financial opportunity because a lot of these jobs, you can't rely on them.
That's strong, man. And that, dude, John, that's crazy. Thank you.
So here's the crazy thing. So really, Nick is not my downline, right? Nick is he's Key's downline,
Wait a minute.
right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Right. So listen, so Key, yeah, I got a whole
hear from-
Primerica squad over here.
I want to hear from Key. Key sound like she got a story.
Hey, let's go. Let's go.
So were you with Primerica too?
I was a Primerica agent. I got majority of my Primerica people on here now.
Wow. So who's on your team?
Miss Shakisha Reeves, my little brother
No
Julia,
way.
Nick, and that's all I see on my team so far.
That's all. I mean, like that. Don't say
No,
because that's
not
good.
all
That's good.
but-
Like,
No, but yeah. So I found John on TikTok as well. Me and Shakisha, we were talking. We were in the mix of finding a new agency, and I was like, if you trust me, I'm not going to steer you wrong. Found John on TikTok. He was talking about Primerica, but he didn't bash them. That's what I liked about him the most. So I commented, I was like, well, my experience is good so far. Kid you not, probably a week later, I was like, hey, bro, I need you to reach out. I stalked and harassed this man. Like every day I would comment on his TikTok until he finally reached me back and was like, here's my number. And we've been in contact since that day.
That's awesome. And so are you doing a video a day, John, or how many videos are you doing? Like how do you
about three videos a day, man? You know, just it depends. If I'm running, running, then probably not. But I do try to do one in the morning, because that's going to catch like traction around 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, so forth and there. And then I do one at night because that's going to catch your overnight TikTokers, your people who are up, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, and they see it. And I wake up in the morning responding to TikTok because people have hit me up overnight.
Wow,
oh my God, I'm interested. I want to, whatever the case may be. I'm interested all over my all in my TikTok comments.
That's crazy. So how are you deciphering are you just bringing them on and whoever sticks, or how's that doing?
Nah, so well, it's a little bit of both. But I do a quick, like 15-minute call with them because like I told my group today, I'm big on energy, right? My thing is energy. Like if your energy is off, then I don't want that to rub off on the rest of my team. So it's like I want to be the first person to talk to this person to see what the vibe is like, because you know when a person is gonna hit the ground running or if they're gonna be stagnant. Somebody who's not really confident, not really wanting to, I don't know if I'm interested. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, listen, let me know when you're interested. I'm not fast tracking that person. I want the person who is ready to come in. Like, I need a change. I need something. I'm ready to go. Those are the people that I'm bringing in.
What I want to know is drop down in the comment section who's coming over to breakthrough. What's the one? View from the Edge.
View from the Edge.
Who's coming? You talk to your people about that too?
Yep.
Damn, you see that? Look at that. Okay, that's awesome, man. That's the biggest thing, dude, is social. All right, man, you got them all coming. Look at that, dude. You guys are amazing. I'm telling you this right now, man. You guys are on here. You guys are taking it. You guys, Khalil, look, dude, you are on this call. You are listening to this call, and you're taking the time out of your night to come on here and just listen to John pour into us. And that's huge right there, because that is one of the number one steps that we should all take, is to get around our upline. And let me tell you something, and I'm telling you something right now. John is a hard-working son of a beep. Yep, and so I said it. And man, and John, dude, tell us, what is the number one step we got to take, man? What is the number one step we got to take to get to freedom? What we got to do?
Man, listen, to be honest, bro, you're gonna have to. I told the guys today, listen, everything I'm telling y'all, I told my team earlier. You're gonna have to endure the bad times, right? You're gonna have to just deal with that. Like, that's a part of it. You're gonna have to get through the hard times in order to get to when everything is good, because it's not going to start off, just absolutely all peaches and cream. It's not going to be that way. So you're going to have to go through trials and tribulations. You're going to have to, stay in tune with your upline. You're going to have to, be dialed in. You're going to have to connect through meetings. You need to be on the calls. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling my guys today, like when Brian Rojas speaks, I'm there.
Right.
I need to get that word. I need to figure out what he's doing.
That guy's crazy, man. That guy's
Whew,
that guy taught me everything. He took me under, and that's the cool thing too, is he took me under his wing when I first started, and then that's where I got the ambition to be able to help others. Is really from Brian Rojas, because when I started, I'm not even on his team, but when I was living in Sarasota, I went up to Mike Hartley's house before they even had the Treasure Island office, and I'd go over there, sit in front of Stephen Rodriguez, Mike Hartley. I didn't know Brian at the time until we got to the office, but when we got to the office, that is when it just changed everything, man. It just changed my career, it's changed my life, it's changed everything. So is most of your business, is that coming from TikTok?
I would say right now, probably about 75%.
Wow, how many policies are you doing a week?
What, about 11?
11?
Yeah, I'm pushing about 11.
On a Zoom?
Either Zoom or over the phone.
That's crazy. So man, you guys are gonna be like the TikTok. What is it? TikTok force, man. You guys are gonna
so here's one thing we're getting ready to do. So we're gonna start going live on TikTok, and it's gonna be just like this, except we're gonna do it live on TikTok where people can actually funnel in and actually ask questions live.
Oh my
you know what I mean? So that's what we're getting ready to go next. I know, look, I'm telling y'all all my secrets around here, man. But yeah, that's what we're getting ready to do, because that's going to help us reach a lot more people. It's going to help us build our funnel and just create traction on social media.
How many followers do you have to have, or where do you got to get before you can start doing?
You got to have at least 1,000 to go live.
And how many are you at right now?
Probably about 3,700.
Yeah, you're way past 1,000.
About 3,700. I think I got maybe, I don't know, 35,000 likes, something like that. So it's up there.
So how long did it take you to get to that point?
So you know what's crazy, bro? I'm gonna tell you the post that started it. I did a top 5 final expense life insurance companies. It was I did a top 5 list.
5, huh?
And that blew up. Like I had no idea. I was just walking in my neighborhood with top 5 life insurance companies for final expense. Here they go. Boom, 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 boom.
Are you talking about ones that you only work with? Or are you talking about just in general?
Yeah. Oh no, I was talking about the ones I work with. I'm not promoting anybody I ain't working with. Hell no.
How many you come up?
And so I did that one video, and overnight I had about 15,000 people, 15,000 views.
Holy man.
And I was like, what? So dude, I promise you, I spent that entire next day responding to comments.
So people that already have TikToks, would you recommend them start a new TikTok? Or would you say go with the old and just add in what you're, what would you recommend?
Nah, just start new.
Start new. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Start new, 100%.
And so, okay, awesome. And man, you're filling my head full of knowledge right now. Before we get off of here, what is the number one thing that will keep us successful? That will keep, there's only 8%. If you look at the statistics, there are, out of all agents that are signed up and licensed and everything else, there's only an 8% success rate. So add something that keeps us afloat and can keep us into the top 10, even the top 20. What do we got to do that?
You got to stay linked in. You got to tap in. You know, you gotta do that. Most people think that they can just do this by themselves. You listen, you can't do this by yourself. You're gonna fail. So you have to tap in. And when I say tap into your upline. Tap into your upline's upline. You know what I mean? You have to do that. Secondly, man, is you can't quit. You can't quit. It's gonna be some days you're gonna get punched in the mouth out there. but you can't quit. You know, it's like, you know, I always say this. Tyson, you know, Mike Tyson said this. You know, everybody has a plan until they get hit in the mouth.
100%.
And at that point, what are you gonna do when you get hit in the mouth? Are you gonna quit? You gonna go to the corner and call it a day, or you gonna swing? You gonna keep swinging? I choose to keep swinging because everybody is not gonna be a sale. I told my guys this today. You can have 18 no's and 2 yeses, but those 2 yeses bring you $1,500 for the week. So you gotta keep swinging, man. You gotta keep giving yourself an opportunity, give yourself a chance to be successful. When you quit, it's a wrap. What is
your typical AP
for what? For the month?
For the week?
For the week. Annual premium for the week 11. Let's see, what are we doing? About 30, like 30, 3,200, somewhere around there.
That's good, man. That's good. And what was your last month's?
What I do last month? All right, go back and look at it. I did about 11?
11,000?
Yeah, last month.
That's good. That's not bad at all, man. Consistent. I mean, doing what you're doing and everything. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, and listen, man, look, understand. Like, I should be doing this, but I'm not. That's just social media. Like, that's not me door knocking or me calling leads, you know, so forth and so on. That's just social media. So my thing was, okay, I gotta scale this thing. How do I scale it? Okay, I gotta put both bags into the bowl. I gotta door knock, call, and do the social media thing.
It will get exhausting. It will get exhausting. And and I'm gonna pour into you guys a little bit. Do not hesitate, and I'm not saying get lazy. I'm not saying do not slack. I'm saying you guys, there's going to be a point in time where we're working our asses off. We're out door knocking, we're calling, we're recruiting. You guys don't think you're going to get exhausted. You're going to get exhausted. Do not be afraid to take a couple days to yourself and breathe. Because if you guys are rusty, or not necessarily rusty, but you guys are exhausted, it's like a car running out of gas. You guys aren't going anywhere. You guys are running off fumes. I mean, it's going to happen. Like John said, you're going to get smacked in the face. You're going to get, ran over. But then there's times that you're going to meet your best friends out there, because one person will change your life forever. I'm pretty sure you guys witnessed that. Look at who you guys have as an upline, right? And that's just, it's incredible. If you guys need help with door knocking, ask me, because or ask Megan Wood, do not, and just because these people are up there and they're successful and they are making millions of dollars, don't be afraid. Man, some of my best friends are making $1 million in the Alliance right now. And they're humble. That's the difference. They are humble. You people that actually have money are humble. They're nice. They'll help you. They'll lift you up as long as you're willing to work and to go with and just do what you need to do, so they don't feel like they're wasting their time. Then they're gonna put in their energy, and that's what makes John successful. That's what will make Nick successful. That's what makes Dennis successful. That's what makes Adrian successful. We all can be successful by just tapping in, like John said, to one another and learning from one another. Do you guys have any questions before we get off here?
Yeah, man. Please ask away. I tell my people, ask questions, because you don't know what you don't know until you know.
What's your TikTok?
John's TikTok or my TikTok?
Your TikTok. I have John's.
It's inside. Hold on, let me look it up. Inside MMM Group, I believe it is. It's Inside MMM Group. So there's that. Dennis, do you have any questions?
I put my TikTok in the group just in case anybody,
No, hey, this has been a great call. I don't have any questions, but really good call. Thank you so much, John.
Yes, sir.
Good advice, good insight into things, and really valuable information. It's just been great. And I followed you tonight, man. I'm following you. I can't wait to look at some of your TikToks, man.
Yeah, man. Look, you're gonna get addicted. I got people that are
I'm addicted.
Hour and a half
now, buddy.
Hour and a half in, they still watching. So.
Yeah.
Let's see. Adrian, any questions?
No, I don't have any questions. It's amazing just to hear this because I've looked at the cold calling calls. I've looked at a lot of stuff because I'm the same way. When you say no, I feel rejected. I feel like, oh, wow, they don't like me. And so this has really inspired me to not feel that way. Well, to not really feel that way, but like you say, get a hard skin, just keep going and going and going. And I needed to hear this.
Hey, Adrian, you know what? I'm gonna tell you a secret, right? So I'm gonna tell you one of the things that I had to learn, and this is just me. I'm very blunt, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't hold back. So I tell my team this all the time. Like that lead, it's just a number, right? It doesn't mean anything. It's just a number.
Right.
Until they sign that dotted line. And when they sign that dotted line, you got a friend, you've got a family, a potential family member, you got somebody that can become your best buddy. But until that time, they're just a number. And so what I do is I number my leads 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that helps me, be like, they're just a number. So it doesn't matter if they say, if they say no. It's just a number.
Mm-hmm. I got you. Like I said, this has been very inspirational for me. I'm so glad I got on this call.
This is how his TikTok blows up.
I don't even have a TikTok account. No.
Gotta make one. I love it. Kim, you got any questions? No. Okay. Nick,
Kim said, what she asked? What information you looking for? I give you my number. I give you my email address. You want my TikTok? What do you want? I put it all in there.
Your Facebook? That's the easiest one to find.
Facebook is John R. Beverly Jr. That's my Facebook. And she said all of it. John R. Beverly Jr. on Facebook. On TikTok, I am John B. Money. That's John, the letter B, Money. And if you need my number, you shoot me a text. My number is 770-310-0464.
Awesome. Katrina, Adrian, we're talking to you, Frank, Destiny, Key, Khalil, or Chakisha, or Nick. You guys got any questions?
Yeah, I have a question for both of you guys. How long did it take for you guys to start seeing traction as far as like gaining followers on TikTok?
For me, I wasn't really. I had a TikTok for probably about 6 or 7 months. I just wasn't serious. I got serious about TikTok probably June, July, like around August, actually. So August, it started to pick up once I started to actually put viable content out there. And then once I did that, I started to see my followers pick up. I started to see my interests pick up. People were asking me questions. They were commenting. I'll tell you something else that works. Respond back with a video. Huge. That is huge. That's like, of course, you don't do all of them like that, but when someone wants to go into detail, they're asking, hey, can you explain this? I always respond to those people with a video.
Because then it ends up giving you content to give to as well, which makes it a lot easier. Like I tell everybody, because in the Ask the Monkey group, I say, dude, give me some content that I can put out there because my brain is only my brain. I'm only going to think of so many dang ideas. or so many dang things to think about. So if somebody's coming in there and asking you to go into detail, well, now Nick, you just made yourself another video. You just made yourself some more content,
Yes.
and that's going to help you progress even more because now you're like, oh, dude, I just got to spit another one out. I got to spit another one out and do this and do that. Next thing you know, you're running off of questions, you know, and that's it. And then and now you're in a repeated cycle. And now they're going to tell their friends the information they're going to tell, and then now you're growing. It's all word of mouth, pretty much on that. But me, I'm not the one to ask on the TikTok because I'm only at 146 followers. But look, man, I just go ahead and post motivational stuff. But realistically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do motivational probably in the morning, and then something life insurance at night. So in the morning, their day goes out good, and at night, then they're going to think, then they'll have something to watch that's informational. Because usually, to think about it, people watch, dude. They watch this. People dream about what they watch or what they listen to before they go to sleep. So, and when you're, or even if you're not dreaming, their mind is sitting there it's on their mind. It's on their mind, drilled in their mind before they go to sleep. So now they'll wake up and that'll be either on their mind or, you know, it will sink in even more. And that's just a little tip to teach you on that. And it's just crazy, dude. The business, and I'm gonna pour a little bit more into you guys before I get off here. A couple more minutes. The business. I want to ask John his numbers. John, before I even told you because this is all about you, buddy. But your numbers from the first year you started. What was the total? What was the payout?
Like 20. To be honest, because I didn't really take it serious, but I did about 24,000.
And last year was your second year, or no?
Yeah, last year was my second year.
Okay, what was your year last year?
The second year in, and guys understand too, this was strictly just my process. I didn't go full time until June of last year. I was still working a full-time job. I ended up doing about 67.
That's good.
You know, my second year. You know, now, yeah, man.
And in your month between January and February, do you know what that is so far?
I'm at about eight-ish, a little over $8 grand right now.
Okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah. And that just shows you the progression. I mean, you look at that, that's a big jump from 20 to 60. You know what I'm saying? That's a $40,000 difference. But when I first started, you guys, I was cold door knocking in neighborhoods for commission, right? I was already on a commission. So it really didn't matter. When I got my license, I switched over. I quit cold turkey on the windshields. I says I'm done because the guy that was sitting over there, and this is who you got to know and understand that you can only listen to so many people, right? You can't listen to everybody. When I was in the other company, he would tell me, why are you going to go to financial services? You're not going to do shit. You're not going to be shit. You should just stay here because it ain't going to help you out. It ain't going to. And I say, you know what, dude, I flipped the burning and turned the other way. And I got my license and I started this. My first year, I made $56,000. In my second year last year, I made $126,000. So far this year already, I've made between January and the middle of February, I've made $21,000. And then I've already closed from January to beginning of February about $1.8 million in money rolled over. And it's crazy. I rolled that over just by listening to people like John, listening to people like Dennis, and I'm growing a team. And this is not to brag, and that's the last thing I want you to think that's happening. I want you to know that I started and John started in a beginning, and it all started in the beginning. And then now there's no end because your potential is very uncapped. So what you listen to and what you read and who you listen to are strong. Make sure because I will tell you a little bit of advice. John, tell me if I'm wrong, but when I started, I listened to everybody and it confused the shit out of me.
Yes.
Dude, you all got damn opinions and it made me frustrated. Give me the facts, dude. And I realized you listen to people with rings. You listen to people that have numbers to show you. You listen to people that know what they're doing, at least top 20 people. And whenever you hit the top 20, you're good. And you listen to your upline. Because look, John, you know, just because he was in 20,000, just because he was in 60,000, does not mean that he's not trying to shoot for higher goals. It does
Right.
not happen by a snap of a finger. It happens by hard work, and it's you can and you know you guys work as a team. If John's over here working, with Shakisha is working with John. It's transactional. It's shaking each other's hands. It's a commitment. It's a relationship. It's a friendship. It's a little bit of everything. And as long as you stay loyal to each other, the business is going to stay loyal to you. And that is the way it's going to be. I've had to do the same thing with Dennis. Do not be afraid to reach out to John 20 times a day. John,
Yep.
I love you, buddy, but now they're probably going to reach out to you 20 times a day.
Hey, they do it already, so we're good.
So do not be afraid to do that. But yeah, is there anything you want to say before I get off here, John?
Nah, man, I just, like I told my team earlier today, man, I'm super, super excited for you all. I'm super proud of you all. We hit some major milestones this week, and it's just up from here. I just hope that everyone sees that, this is attainable. This is something that it's attainable and it's sustainable. You can sustain this and you can do this for a long time, guys. You could really put yourself into a situation where it's like, yeah, I never thought that I would be able to make this amount of money or help this amount of people. This industry gives you that opportunity to do that. And you don't have to have a master's degree or a doctorate, or don't have to be super smart in finances and things like that. You just got to have a work ethic. You got to believe in yourself, and you just got to go out there and make it happen every single day. And don't worry about no.
Yep.
Forget them. I almost said the F word, but forget them. If they say no, fine. Move on. It is what it is.
Read the book, Go for No.
That's right.
Read that book. If you guys haven't read that book, you guys need to go to Amazon and purchase Go for No. But yeah. Alrighty, John. Thank you guys for hopping on here. I'm gonna have this if you guys haven't joined Ask the Monkey group, go ahead and join Ask the Monkey group. I'm gonna be dropping a lot of different content inside there too as well. I'm gonna be ramping up my TikTok now, and John's kind of pushing me towards that. If you guys have anything that I need to push inside the Ask the Monkey group, give me some content, man. Give me things that like scripts. And you look under the feature tab, you can see the scripts under there. Give me just anything that you guys say, hey man, this would be cool if you put this in there. Dennis and I are gonna partner together to do videos on the ATM in-home presentations, pre-calls and everything else, and we're gonna throw them in there. And so join that group. I have a dial session. I don't know if John has one, but if he doesn't, I have a dial session on Monday from 9 o'clock in the morning PST, which is Pacific Standard Time, and then at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then I have the call today every single Thursday between 6 o'clock PST, which is Pacific Standard Time again, and then 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And we're going to go over interviewing. I don't know yet who I'm going to interview, but the week after, I got Sabrina and Marnie Frank coming on. So there, I'm going to interview them. And then I'm going to start talking some of the bigger dogs too, and trying to get them on here too as well.
Sweet, man.
All right, you guys take it easy.
Appreciate you, Jose.
No worries, man. I got you.